Whoops. Someday I'm going to learn how to live stream. My God. Hello, and welcome to Court of the Rings. Audio version. Here on twitch.tv/LotroStream, youtube.com/Lord of the Rings/live, and facebook.com/Lotro. I am Lotro's community manager, Cordovan. Running late today, and no, it's not because I had to patch. I actually got the patching done yesterday, but we've been a little busy with post-Mordor stuff this morning and all that sort of thing. Also working on the Arya of the Valar sort of delivery issue, which I will have more information on shortly. I can tell you a little bit more about that, what's going on. The problem is I muted my microphone so that I wouldn't go through the year while I was getting ready, and then I forgot to turn it back on. Sigh. Someday I will learn how to live stream. Alright, so anyway, welcome. I appreciate everyone being here today. What I was trying to say earlier, and what I guess I should reiterate now, is I had to decide whether or not to broadcast Mordor on the live stream. And rightly or wrongly, I have decided not to. Here's the reasoning why. This character is not ready for Mordor. I could make him ready, or I could go on to an admin or do something like that. But I heard from a couple of folks yesterday who were like, on Court of the Rings, can you not spoil Mordor for us? You know, I know that there's a lot of really killer Twitch streams and YouTube streams and such that happened yesterday showing off the new epic story and, you know, what happens and the Black Book of Mordor and Mordor in general. And I've been doing some of that in recent weeks too. Not the epic story, but, you know. But there's a bunch of people who are like, I don't want to see it. I am going to be playing this weekend, and I do not want to see it, but I want to turn into your live stream because of the Arya of the Valar and because of other questions that I might have and things like that. So can you please not spoil it? And ultimately I've decided, okay, all right. Since this character is not at all ready for it anyway, let me just kind of do my regular book thing, answer your questions about Mordor, do a big Q&A and all that sort of thing, and not spoil it for the folks who want to see it for themselves. You're right, Tone Station. There you go. Yep. Someday I will learn to live stream, but not at this day. And DMA the real, you are correct. Yeah. Let me actually... So I need to get to the epic book, which means I need to get to Trestle Bridge area, which means I need to get to... none of these places, but I think Michael Delving is as good as any. Alright, I think I can get to where I need to go from there. I need to go to the Lone Lands, I think, right? So anyway, while I'm traveling here, let me do that. Someone raises a good question. We discovered on Arkenstone, Lexicon says, last night that if you buy some sort of storage space from the store wardrobe, the Arya of the Valar will show up in your bags. And the answer to that is correct. God, where do I need to go? That's a little ways off. How do I get to where I'm trying to go? So I need to get to the Lone Lands. Or is it the North Downs? Either way, I need to get to Breeland. So I guess I need to go to Westbury. Anyway, okay. Sorry. So let me back up and actually just kind of let people know what's up. So when we went live with Mordor on Wednesday, yesterday, there was an issue where people who had, it appears that people who had applied the Mordor code prior to going live are not getting their Aria the Valar. We've been working very hard over the last 24 hours to correct this issue, to make sure that everyone gets their stuff, and we will get you. That much is the nice bit. Is we guarantee you that we will be getting you your Aria the Valar. No concerns there. It's just a matter of fixing the issue and getting it out. The when of that is, our hope is to get it out before the end of the day tomorrow, but we're not yet ready to make that announcement because we're still working on the resolution in a way that satisfies our needs, which is we want it so that when we're basically going to take the worlds down for a brief hotfix. When the worlds come back up, the first character you log into after that patch will be the one that gets the Aria the Valar. That prevents any confusion with who gets it, where do I get it, what server do I get it on. It'll be up to you. After the patch, you'll just log into whatever character you want to get the Aria the Valar on. Remember, it's an account-based thing. So basically whatever server you want it on. And then you're set. That's the plan. And that's our goal. And we're working right now very hard to make that a reality. We're really in process on that right now. But the main thing to really just say is we got you. You're going to get your Aria. And our hope is to get it out before the weekend. If something happens that we can't, well, we apologize and we'll figure that out as we need to. But that's the goal. So now back to the question that we got earlier, which is, hey, I heard basically if you make a purchase in the Lotro store that it'll deliver. That's true. So theoretically, you could, if you want to spend some Lotro points, solve this issue yourself. What happens is when you make a purchase from the Lotro store, it'll refresh the billing server, essentially, on your character, and it'll say, yo, you need an Aria, and it'll get it to you. But clearly we don't want to make everyone make a purchase in the Lotro store in order to get the item that they paid for that we promised them. So we're working on other ways to get it done as well. But if you really, really, really don't want to wait for us to just fix this issue for you, and you don't mind spending some Lotro points that we're not going to be able to refund, you can. But my suggestion is just to wait. We'll get this issue resolved, we'll get you your Aria the Valar, and it'll all be good. Alright. Do a mime stream, that would be amusing. That would be. Yep. Nice. Okay, I'm just looking at our chat, make sure what we got. Admitted Cordovan, I've made it a tradition. Sure seems that way, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. Mordor is really good so far. Thank you very much, Glefenthor. We've been getting real positive comments on the Mordor content in the last 24 hours, so we really do appreciate that. Someone saying they cried tears of epicness during the end of Book 9. Please pass on my compliments. Yeah, and that's part of why I don't want to spoil it on the live stream. I really feel like people should experience it on their own. And I don't want to. I really don't want to spoil it for folks.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, let's make my way out there. I could talk, Hadrib, a little bit about PvMP. We tend to get a lot of PvMP questions on the live stream. You guys are dedicated, and I agree. No, but dedicated. We know that we have more PvMP work to do. We did, not an insignificant amount of work for Mordor that frankly wasn't even really planned, but we heard your concerns and wanted to make sure that we were addressing them. Clearly we have a little bit more to do in regard to creeps, and I think we'll be doing that work when we can. Hopefully in the relatively near future. Just go the road route. That way I know where I am on the map. Okay. Have I mentioned the trailer problems yet? No. I guess I could get to that too. We released a launch trailer yesterday that was put together by, some folks inside the office here. I frankly kind of like it, but clearly I'm in the minority. Well, we're getting about 50-50 on the like thumbs up to thumbs down on YouTube there, so. But clearly a lot of folks don't like that trailer. I think what we'll just do is de-emphasize it. We'll leave it up for those who want to see it. Sorry you don't like it. When we got all that kind of criticism yesterday, I was like, well, how's it compared to, like, say, the Helm's Deep trailer and things like that? And it's, honestly, it didn't seem, like, out of place to me. They all had in-game combat and things like that in them as well. I guess we live in a world where people are used to very expensive and not particularly realistic cinematic trailers. There we go. And we didn't go that route for this one. We, used in-game models and all that. You're right, Helm's Deep was a live-action trailer. I can't remember which one I'm looking at then. That was a big WB thing, right? So clearly we weren't going that route. So anyway, I don't know. Sorry you don't like it. I guess there's really not much more to say than that. I think it's cool. But whatevs, So yeah, what we'll just end up doing is probably just de-emphasize it. Looks like the like to dislike ratio has even increased since I last looked. Alright, well, there you go, Mega Players 232. Thanks for telling me we suck. No, I get it. See, a couple peeps in chat liking the trailer. I thought it was pretty alright, but hey, whatever, If you didn't get the Arya, someone says, what are we supposed to do if we didn't get the Arya the Valar? 1, you're not alone. 2, you should have to do nothing. We're going to resolve this issue for you. What'll happen is we're going to take the worlds. Most likely, what'll happen is we're going to take the worlds down for a hotfix, hopefully pretty soon. And when that happens, and we come back into the live worlds, the first character you log into on the server you log into will get the Aria of the Valar. So, real simple solution there. And like I said, you really should have to do nothing on your end to resolve this issue. We gotcha. I agree with you, Xanthor. That was why I mean, frankly, I signed off on the trailer, so hey, blame me if you want. I thought it was edited pretty well. I thought it was very realistic to what you would experience in the game. You know, but I'm not trying to justify it. If you guys don't, you know, that stuff is subjective. Clearly a bunch of you have said that you don't like it, so it's fine. I got a couple of internet tough guys in our chat room. Appreciate that. Nice. Findalar, we do have the trailer in 1080p. The initial download, we frankly used the wrong one, so it was only up to 480, but we have a 1080p version up there. But like I said, I don't know that that really solves the question, so... Or your comment. Please address the scaling of buffs / legacies and creeps in the next hotfix. It's not going to be in the next hotfix because the next hotfix is going to address this Aria of the Valar issue, and that could be tomorrow morning. Clearly, we're not going to be ready to address that yet. Oh, by the way, does anyone want to join me? I'm on Landreval, Dwinstrel, the Dwarven Minstrel. If someone is out there who wants to join me for this section, I'm going to try soloing it if I don't get any fellowship folks. But if you want to, that would be lovely. Could probably kick you a code for 500 Lotro points. Yes, I bribe people to get me through the game. Yeah. Why is the trailer in 480p? That was the initial trailer. We then uploaded a few minutes later one in 1080p. But because the one that we had put out there was already getting linked to, we didn't want to take it down. But there is a 1080p version up there. Are there new animations for the race of dwarves and hobbits in the future? Yes, that will be coming. We're going to be doing an avatar revamp on really everything, and we're going to be releasing them over time as we're ready to release them. So we started here with the elf and human, and we're going to be doing more in future updates. Is it still winter when the expansion will be available for points? Correct. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much is the Ari the Valar issue giving everyone a headache? No, it's, I mean, we don't want to be flippant at all about it. I mean, we recognize that many of you made a significant purchase in part because you want this item, and we respect that. So we're going to be getting you this item as quickly as we can. It clearly became our top priority, and even though we did have a little bit of time to celebrate the release of Mordor yesterday, we were doing that celebration while people were at their desks, frankly, working very hard to correct this issue for you. So, yeah, we're working on it. But yeah, I do think, you know, we are going to be working on some PvMP stuff as we can. We recognize that you peeps, creeps rather, are not satisfied with the current state of things. So, understood. Are the current changes to elves and men definite? I mean, you know, we could do further work. On them, but overall, I think we're not unhappy with how they turned out. I know there are still some peeps that want additional work done, and we hope to bring that work to you. Let me actually chug a couple of things here. I thought I had a couple things. Any idea on the time scale for Instances Raid to be released? Weeks, months, years? I think the current plan will be to get... I mean, we're working right now on the instances. So we're going to do the instances first and in a patch, and then the raid in the next patch is the goal. And my understanding is we're looking at not months, but perhaps a month or so on the instances. And then the raid will be coming later this year. Raid's clearly going to take a lot of work. We're going to be doing that work and releasing the raid as soon as we're able to. What is my dwarf's name? My dwarf's name is Dwinstrel. Dwinstrel the Dwarven Minstrel be his name. Baruch Hazard. I should actually switch to my drums here for DPS. Maybe if I get a second here, I'll do that. Where did I put my drums? I have the worst inventory. I really do. Do I not have it? Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. So I'm trying to concentrate and not die. You're right, I should have my instruments in quick slots. What is my personal favorite region of Mordor? I don't really have a personal favorite yet. Frankly, I'm impressed by a ton of it. I know that's a kind of a cop-out answer, but it's true. I am consistently, frankly, floored by the quality of our world builders to be able to do just some insanely good landscape work. I love the way that we were able to wrap up the latest epic book. You know, it's not wrapped up for good, but, you know, the way we've kind of brought about the fate of the One Ring and Sauron. There was someone actually on Twitter the other day, or last night, who was just like, I can't believe how bad the epic book ends. It's like the ring, you just get this message and then it's over. And it's like, well, not really. You need to keep playing for a little bit. Never heard back from the person. I assume they did and realized that their initial assessment was perhaps incomplete. Thanks, Hogovich. Appreciate that. We have done well this day. I am indebted to you as well for your aid, and I fear the battle would have turned against the free peoples had you not been here. I must leave now, and I hope it is not too much to ask of you to stay behind. I would ask that you ensure Trestlebridge remains safe through the night, then return to me in Esteldine. This was a great victory, my friend. A great victory indeed.
Elrond has healed Frodo of his Morgul wound, and now the time has come to decide the fate of the One Ring. I can see no other path than that which leads to Mount Doom. Who then shall defend Eriador against the shadow of Angmar?
Made of lions dropping by the chat room. Very cool. Nice. Why am I not playing Mordor content? In case you missed the start of the show, I'm doing it deliberately because I had requests from people not to. There's a whole bunch of people who want to watch the show because of the Q&A and to get answers to their pressing questions, but do not want to be spoiled on Mordor because they're going to be running it, say, this weekend and such. Now, eventually, clearly, I'm going to have to, because I want to, and for marketing reasons and what have you, but for today, it just seemed a little too early. I didn't want to spoil it for people who didn't want to see it, so...
Stay a moment.
So I know. Yeah, thanks, Hogovich. Appreciate your comment in regard to... I'm gonna go all the way over there again. Alright. Yeah, the audio log thing is pretty cool. I had a question from a player who is hard of hearing, who was like, well, is there going to be text? The answer to that is yes, the text will show up in your combat log when you pick up the individual pieces, and then when it's all completed, it'll be available in text form on the sort of item there. Any chance Q&A sessions will ever be held outside of Twitch? Oh, for sure. I like Twitch because it's convenient, it's easy, frankly, for me to do it this way, but, you know, I know some of you folks prefer a more text-based Q&A. The main thing with a text-based Q&A is it's a lot slower. We have to remember that people tend to give it even more weight, shall we say. So various people need to sign off on every word being said and things like that. But yes. The mortar icon on the top left, where can I get that from? I'm pretty sure that's over on... Well, I released a version with a black background on social media, so you can find that all over the place. I know that I gave a transparent PDF of it to the Lotro streamers. I would be willing to share that with you if you want it for your own stream use. Perhaps I should put that out on social media soonish. In the meantime, though, direct message Lotro on Twitter, and I'll get you a copy of that PDF. Not PDF. PNG. A transparent PNG, so you can take a look at it. And have it. I'm going through your orc or goblin camp. Can't stop me. No angry Razortooth. Ah! Fine. Alright, let me get auto run on so I can go through chat. There's a bug for High Elves that they are not getting their survival titles. Will this be fixed? That's a new one to me. I will make sure to follow up on that after the show today. See what we can do about getting that fixed. Nice. Native Lions has a pretty funny comment about the SOS. I'm not quite sure. There's some kind of argument having in our Twitch chat that I just haven't been paying enough attention to really comment on. Like what you like. Some people saying they like endgame rating and some saying they don't. That's fine. Let me head over to YouTube here. Any plans to update the load screens? Ooh, that's a very cool idea. That would be a pretty big project, but one I'm sure we're going to need to do here at some point in the future. My understanding is once you head into Mordor, you start getting a bunch of new gear pretty quickly. So, someone who's saying they don't want to become level 106 before entering Mordor because the player's stats change and they don't have any improved gear yet. My understanding, and I remember when I talked to QA, frankly, about that specific question, was that they'll be getting equivalent gear real quick, so it should be a non-issue there.
How can I be of service? Stay a moment.
Okay. Cool, heading into the Trollshaws. Neat. Well, clearly I need that. Hey, Crazy Bowlord and Tosme. People asking about my belated birthday. Yeah, my birthday was on Monday. Originally, we were going to release Mordor then. 'Twere not in the cards, however. Said we released on Wednesday. It kept me busy on my birthday. I didn't get to have any fun. No, it was fine. I'm at that age where after a while, the birthdays mean a little less than they used to. I've already hit the big 4-0. I haven't hit the big 5-0. Somewhere in between there, it kind of doesn't really matter that much. So, you know.
What can I do for you?
God, should I say my age on the live stream? If I do, you guys are just going to forever hold it against me, because yes, I am the old. I am now 43 years old. Last year was my Life, the Universe, and Everything birthday. 43 don't mean crap. So, there you go. No, actually, I was at work. Because, you know, on the sort of community side and I guess what you would say marketing side, we clearly were very, very busy. So I ended up just putting in a lot of hours in the office on Monday. However, this weekend is going to be Cordovan fun time. Oops. Why? Because I decided to spend some money. I'm getting a new computer in the mail. The computer I have is literally the core of it is 12 years old. And it's been upgraded over time. You know, I put in a faster processor, SSD drive, RAM, you know, things like that. But still, the core of that computer is 12 years old. And so I'm buying myself a new computer. It is currently in the mail. It's going to be a nice big fat one too. Killer computer. 32 gigs of RAM. Intel i7, 4.2 gigahertz. 240 gig SSD. GeForce 1060. It's going to be an upgrade, that's for sure. Because see, this is a real nice computer here, right? And what happens is I go home after this live stream, and I'm like, oh man, this computer just runs so well. And I get home and I'm like, turn on the computer. It's like, oh my gosh, it takes 5 minutes to get to Windows. And it finally drove me to do it. So. Let's see. You're true. It's true. For everyone, you know, early 40s is old if you're under 40, but it's not if you're over 40. So there you go. So Exogenesis, I appreciate your passion in believing that we are ignoring the PvMP community, but I don't think that's true. I mean, I know historically it's been a sore point in the PvMP crowd. But man, we did a lot of sort of extra work for 21. And I recognize that you don't feel it's enough. But a lot of that would not have even happened had, say, Vastin and crew not spent the time to do it. Now, that's not to try to excuse the imbalance on creep side that you're reporting. But that's only to just say that we are paying attention to PvMP. And, you know, we're going to be working to fix that stuff. And, sorry if you don't agree. Hello, Legolas. Hello, Aragorn. Has spoken deeply with Gandalf, but even he cannot see the end of every path. Oh, that I could be there to aid in these matters, but it would seem my fate lies to the south, and will not the north. I will compose a message for Halbarad and ask Master Elrond if one of his elves could carry it to Esteldine. You have done enough, and you have my thanks. For now, take what ease you can here in Rivendell. Cool. Man, I'm just getting the gears. Ooh, cool.
Greetings.
Narsil. Cool. Meet you. Does anyone remember what and who to tweet for the Great Eye wallpaper image? That's a good question. I'll take care of that. It's not ready yet, but that's a great call. We should get the eye wallpaper out soon. I know that there's a plan to do another executive producer's letter. We've just been too busy, frankly, to spend the time on it. But it's something that I know that you folks are interested in, and it's something Sev wants to do. So, we'll be working on it, but no exact time frame on that right now. Gretchgod, I already talked about the Mordor trailer a bunch. We'll be de-emphasizing it, since enough of you aren't happy with it. Alright. Thanks, Chromite. I appreciate the kind words. I also know that you in particular were really early in calling out the Arya the Valar issues on the live stream here to try to get some information to us about that, and we do appreciate it. We maybe didn't respond to you right away and everything, but we for sure did actually. We're reading your stuff, and it pretty quickly became apparent that this was a fairly large issue that we're going to have to deal with. So just to repeat for those who maybe didn't catch the start of the stream, we are aware of the Arya the Valar delivery issue, and we'll be working. We are currently working, have been working pretty hard over the past 24 hours. Nope, not yet. Our hope is to get a fix out before the weekend. Stay tuned. It's possible it won't happen, but that's our goal. We'll let you know. And the plan is to do a hot fix. And with that hot fix, basically the Arya the Valar will appear on the first character you log into after the hot fix. Stay tuned for kind of specific info. Like I say, the fix isn't actually in yet. We're still working on it. So maybe I'll end up being wrong in my advice to you, but that's our working orders. That's what we're working on. So that'll most likely be what happens here. We got your back. You will get your stuff, I promise. Cool, the last homely house. How neat. So, someone saying about a warning about getting the Arya on the wrong server. So we've been real clear about how the Arya is delivered. I mean, it's all over the place in that FAQ and in the bundle and all that sort of thing. So the way it's delivered is not going to change. I don't think... I think few would expect it to go to the character they logged into back in the day. But we will be having it in the downtime... We'll put it in the downtime announcement and that sort of thing to reiterate how it's going to work. But ultimately it makes more sense to have it delivered anew That way people can ensure that they get it on the character and server they want to, rather than try to remember, well, wait a second, who did I log into on Wednesday first thing, and, you know, yada yada. So, there you go. No. Tyrion, all that is in the FAQ. Just read the FAQ. I don't want to get the official language incorrectly. Or incorrect. But it's basically bound to account item. When you use the item, then it becomes bound to character. So you can pass it among your characters on the account until you get it to the person you want to use it on. Chromite says, the problem is I play on both US and EU servers. Unless there is a time that SSG specifies when it's going to be bestowable, I am going to have problems. The answer to that will be, we're going to take the worlds down, we'll do a hotfix. When you log in after that hotfix, it'll deliver to the person you log into. So if you play on both US and EU servers, whichever one you choose to log into after the hotfix will be the one that it's delivered to. And I recognize that, you know, you can't... There are some issues because of US and EU, but still, yeah. It'll be your choice to decide who to have it bestowed to. Can you send it to another character if you make it at a later date and you've not used it yet? As long as you haven't opened the delivery item, you should be able to transfer it to another character. If it ain't in the launcher, clearly people won't be aware that the hotfix has happened, even then. But no, it will be in the launcher. Yes. I've got to get going here in a sec. What's hanging up on my left? That's a Riders of Rohan poster. An old marketing thing for our box art at the time, or free-to-play launch. Oh, and I guess that fell down, but that was a ring poster, otherwise it's a DDO thing. Oh yeah, so your left, that's what it is. It's a DDO Loth poster. I use the same setup for both Lotro and DDO right now until I get it set up. And the ring poster fell down. Alright. Class Roos, a lot of the old boxes, that stuff's way outdated. I don't think you can get those in-game items anymore. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think that stuff is applicable anymore. All right. I do look at YouTube channels as much as I can. All right, that is going to wrap it up with Court of the Rings here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me. We do have a lot of Lotro streamers, Lotro streaming both today, tomorrow, through the weekend, showing off some Mordor stuff, hanging out with you, answering your questions. So please, if you're having fun in game and you want to take a break, or if you want to have some people to chat Lotro with, check out the live stream all weekend long. I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of Mordor-related things. I'll be back next Thursday here for another Court of the Rings. Pretty soon I'll go into the Mordor stuff too, but like I said, I didn't want to spoil it today. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks to the Lotra streamers as well for their kind gift yesterday and the mail they sent us a banner with a bunch of you in the chat room written in there as well as a big thanks. It was fantastic. So thank you very much. Talk to you again soon. Have fun.